It was Van Jones saying what he said. And it was Van Jones justifying what's happening in Gaza, which is the real issue, the fundamental issue, the genocide. So anything but the genocide is a distraction. I hate that Norman Finkelstein used the word Schwarzer. I hate that he used the word Uncle Tom. I just don't like it. I think it's not his place. However, I am not going to equate what Norman Finkelstein said with the thing or the person who he's talking about. In other words, Finkelstein and Van Jones ain't peers here. And use the word Schwarzer to describe racist people or to suggest that racist people are using that word is not the same as being racist. Let's not pretend that everything is the same. That's silly. Norman Finkelstein's not racist. Norman Finkelstein was not trying to be racist. Norman Finkelstein wasn't thinking that he was racist. He was still wrong. I don't think he should use it. I think Norman Finkelstein was wrong for using it. Do I think he went too far? Yes, but only for two reasons. One, I think it's just fundamentally wrong. It's not his place to use that language. And second, and I don't think anybody should use that language, to be clear. But second, because it becomes a distraction. Suddenly, for the last 2 days, people are talking about what Finkelstein said instead of what Van Jones said. People are talking about what Finkelstein did instead of what Van Jones did. You let them off the hook. You cheapen your argument when you create these types of distractions from people who are looking for distractions. Now, I know Norman Finkelstein pretty well. I consider him a friend at this point. I know he disagrees, and I know that he would fight to the death to defend his right to be able to say what he wants to say, and he's right. And I know, based on his last book, I'll burn that bridge when I get to it, which you should read, that he feels like we're so caught up in woke culture, as he calls it in his book, and as he said to me personally, that we're not making useful distinctions and that we're focused on the wrong thing and that we've reduced our politics to identity politics and that all of it is an extravagant waste of time when we should be talking about Van Jones. I might agree with everything you say, Norm. I love you, man. I would agree with you. But you're creating the distraction. You can just not say that. And if you just don't say that, then we don't end up here. And that is the real point. So, yes, Norman Finkelstein went too far. Yes. But he's not the bad guy here. He just used language that I think he should have used. The bad guy is still Van Jones. And the person we should be talking about, or the entity that we should be talking about, is neither Van Jones nor Norman Finkelstein. We should be talking. We shouldn't be talking about people. We should be talking about systems. We should be talking about structures. We should be talking about death. We should be talking about genocide. We should be talking about how to end this genocide. That's what we should be talking about. And until we do that, it's all a waste of time.